talk about how to create a new schedule from scratch within NetPoint. And when you do that, you're going to go to the File menu and click on New. And then you'll get a brand new schedule. And you have the option to fill in the project title and start date, things like that. In this case, we're just going to kind of take the defaults. But what we will do is say, OK. And now you got yourself a brand new blank canvas, a tabula rasa of a NetPoint schedule. You can grab this yellow bar at the top to kind of stretch it out to fit the screen exactly the way you would like it to. Some important things to consider when you're first starting out with your NetPoint schedule. The first one is, how big do you want the printouts to be, assuming you're going to use printouts at some point, when you actually print the schedule out? Because if you haven't adjusted the size of the printout, then you're going to have problems later on. This is truly a WYSIWYG system. So as an example, in this case, we're probably already set up for 8.5 by 11. Yep, it looks like I've got my laser printer there set up for a letter. And I'm going to leave it there. But if I wanted to change it, I could go to Adobe PDF, and I could change to, for instance, 11 by 17. And that way, when you print out the reports, you can fold them in half. You get a lot more visual canvas, but at the same time, they'll fit in a binder. So actually, let's do that. Let's go with 1117. Now we have a lot more room to plan. You'll see that we've expanded beyond the end of the page, and also vertically we have more room, which is kind of nice when you're planning to have a little bit more room. The other thing you have to look at is up here in the schedule area. We have to take a look at what is the project length going to be. So as an example, this project is currently programmed to start on 4/10 of 24 and end on 10/10 of 25. Now, if your project is going to be significantly longer or shorter than that, you should adjust these at the start of the project. Because once you start adding activities, sometimes if you move the calendar dates, then the activities get pushed around and it's suboptimal. Another thing to look at is the actual time unit. Most people plan in days as a typical planning exercise, but sometimes you're working on a program that could last 20 years. In that case, you're probably going to want to go with half month or months in order to make the time scale more compatible with the length of the overall program. So let's take a look at some other considerations when you're first working on the blank schedule. Sometimes we want to make the schedule into swim lanes. And that way we can assign a certain horizontal section of the schedule to individual groups within our team. So to make a swim lane in our system, you go to this shades function, and then you can just draw a shade, and the shade will pop up there, and then we're going to say we want it to be a horizontal shade, and we definitely want to change it to a canvas background. If you forget to change it to a canvas background, every time you try to move an activity that's on top of that shade, it's going to move the shade, and it's going to drive you crazy. So remember to make this canvas background adjustment. So now you can see we have that band running all the way across the top. Then we could label the band, and we could say, you know, this is engineering. There we go. So now we have an engineering set, and it's labeled. And then we could start adding some activities to engineering. And you can see how you could lay out all the engineering functions in this one band so everybody would know where to look. And that, my friends, is how you do it.